Hello, Professor and class. Today I'm going to discuss with you graphing linear equations. There are two ways to graph linear equations. The first way is in standard form, which is when you have the variables that are on one side of the equation and the number is on the other side. There is also a way that we can get a non-standard form, which I will show you in a few minutes. The second way of graphing linear equations is by slope-intercept form. So I'm going to first explain to you how to graph a linear equation in standard form. The example I used was 2x plus 4y equals 16. And what I did was I wanted to get x by itself, okay? Because I need to plot my x first and then I need to plot my y first. So what I did was I covered the 4y, right? I have 2x equals 16, right? So since I want to get x by itself, I put 2 to cancel out on both sides, okay? So 2 over 2 cancels out and it gives me x, and then 2 into 16 gives me 8. Okay, so immediately I have my x axis, right? So I'm going to go ahead and plot my dot on my x axis. This is my y axis, this is my x axis. Going this way, it's positive. Going this way, it's negative. Same thing with the y axis. It's going up is positive and going down is negative. Okay, so since this is a positive 8, I'm going to plot my my dot on my positive 8 axis. Okay, so now I have to try to get y by itself, so this way I can plot my y axis. So I will cover this up even though it's already canceled out, but I have 4y equals 16, right? Never mind the 2, but 4y equals 16, right? So what I did was I wanted to get y by itself, so I divided 4 into 4 on both sides. 4 cancels out here, leaving me with y equals 16 over 4. How many times does 4 go into 16? It's 4 times, okay? So now I'm able to plot my y-axis. So I'm going to go up since it's positive, okay? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? And this is my y-axis, and this is where I'm going to plot it. Now I would use a ruler, of course, but I would graph my my linear equation like so. My line is not too straight, but I can't record and use a ruler at the same time. So basically what I did was I plotted my line from my x axis to my y axis, and that is how you do a graph. That's how you graph linear equation for standard form, right? But if I was to get a problem that was not in standard form, basically what I want to do is have my variables on both sides. So what I did was I moved the 5x over to the opposite side, right, leaving me with 20 equals 10y minus 5x. Okay, so what I did was I just used this 20 and brought it down. The 5x I moved over, right? So I put equals 10y, and it's a minus 5x. Why it's a minus 5x is because I moved it over to the other side. Okay, so now I want to get x by itself, right? So I brought down the 5x to cancel out. I'm going to bring it on both sides, okay? So if let me erase this here, 5, okay? So minus 5x and minus 5 will cancel out, and then on this side, how many 5s go into 20? This is a minus here. It will go in a negative 4 times. Okay, so now I'm going to look for my negative 4 on the x and y axis. Since it's a negative 4, I'm going to go here, negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to plot my x here. Now to find the y, I'm going to go ahead and do pretty much the same thing I did. Now here's my y. Here's my y. So what I did was I canceled out the 10, right? Leaving me with just y. I put 10 on this side. And how many, and it's not going to be a negative, it will be a positive because this is positive, okay? So how many 10s go into 20? It's 2, okay? So now I'm going to go ahead and plot the 2 on the y-axis, and it's positive. So I'm just going to go up 1, 2. And this is my negative 4x, my positive y, which is 2. And then I'm just going to just plot it this way, like so. Okay, and this would be my problem. 5x plus 20 equals 10y. Okay, so that is how you would do a not in standard form. In regards to slope-intercept form, there's a formula that we use, okay? And the formula is y equals mx plus b. The mx is the slope and the b is the y-intercept, okay? So what I have an example here that we are going to use, which is y equals 3x plus 3, okay? So immediately I would look at the y-intercept, which is b or 3, okay? And I can go ahead and plot this right now because it's already in form. I don't have to do anything additional. Okay, so since it's positive and it's the y-intercept, I'm going to go straight to the y-intercept, okay, and I'm going to count up 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to go ahead and plot my y-axis on the y-axis, okay. But now we have the slope, okay, and this is the slope, and I put a 1 underneath it to put it in fraction form, okay, because we use this thing called m equals rise over run, which is the slope, right? So now I need to what I need to do is basically come back over to my 3, right? And I have to rise 1, 2, 3, and I have to run, which is 1, okay? And this is where I would plot my x-axis, okay? So now I would draw my line, and I can go up. I can go 1, 2, 3 up and 1 across again. 1, 2, 3 up and 1 across again, and that would give me my my slope intercept. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a line just like so. But of course I would use a ruler. And basically that's how I would graph a slope intercept form. Any questions? I hope not, and I hope I was able to explain it. Thank you very much and have a good day.